So I'm working on sealing and encapsulating the inside of the boat. And so I've got the sides, except for those two center panels, the sides I've got 2 coats of silver tip encapsulating epoxy. It's the same epoxy I use for fiberglassing. And so I've got that all the way around the inside of the boat. And then the bottom, so far what I have is 2 applications of CPES. And so my plan now is to put 2 coats of this silver tip encapsulating epoxy over that CPES on the bottom. And I will go ahead and coat at least one more time all these members, even though I've encapsulated them with 2 coats already. I'll go ahead and do one more coat on all these frame pieces. But the battens will get, certainly they'll get 2 coats because they're on the bottom of the boat and the keel and everything. And so I plan on doing that, and I might do a 3rd coat down the center part, possibly. We'll see. But yeah, so again, I'm using 2 coats of CPS on the bottom, and then I will plan on doing 2 coats of encapsulating epoxy. I'm using silver tip over the whole bottom, and the sides are already done. So that's what I have so far. So you can see what that looks like. And then once I do the bottom with the encapsulating epoxy, it'll get more of a sheen to it. So you can see what that looks like. Another note about encapsulating the inside and the sides. One thing that you can see the drips. What I didn't do is sand all of those drips down. Obviously I've got them. That's from when the battens were epoxy. You can see lots of drips. I did sand a little bit, knock down the bumps on this front surface here a little bit, but that'll all be covered up. But one thing I wanted to mention is when I encapsulate, that epoxy it's thinner, but I had some gaps between the battens and the planking in the inside of these edges here, and you can see what I did on purpose is I made sure that those were all filled in. And you can kind of see this one here, if I can get that. And I did that all around the boat. So you can kind of see, and just if you look at the top edge of all the battens, and including the chine also, because what that will do is help provide more strength and structure and things. So I really feel like that helps. When I built a TNT about 10 years ago, the same type of thing happened, just kind of on accident. But it really, I think, helps make sure the boat is nice and stiff. And I will also do the same on all these bottom battens, at least on this front edge. You can't do it obviously on the down side, but you can do it on this up. I say front edge, the kind of more top side, because the boat, as it slopes down. So I will make sure that the little bit of gaps, if you look closely, you can see on that one there a little bit of a gap. And I just think that really helps with the strength of the boat. I finished the 2nd coat of encapsulating epoxy on the interior bottom now. So the boat is all sealed up, and I am gonna go ahead and do a 3rd coat of encapsulating epoxy down the center. I'll go to this, from the center out to the 2nd batten here. And I already did the 3rd coat between frames 5 and 7. So, but I'll do the rest later. I actually ran out of silver tip epoxy, so I'll get some more and then I'll finish this out. In the meantime, I'll continue on other parts of the build. So.